Hi, welcome to my channel. I love parrots, although right now my cockatiels flapped their wing. One of them flapped their wings in my eyes and it didn't feel good. I do love parrots. I'm not feeling the love right now. If you love parrots and no one's flapping their wings in your eyeballs, welcome and please consider subscribing. Generally speaking, I think parrots are my bliss. I love parrots. I love learning about parrots. Like I said, I'm just not feeling it right now. But stick around and I will tell you about the 3 ways that I am working to bond with my new cockatiel babies. And I will also tell you how I am still letting them develop and trying to help them be parrots as much as possible so that they can bridge parrotness and connecting with me and bonding with me. One of the most important things to me is that my parrots really be parrots. And what I mean by that is, as much as I love my parrots, I don't want them to be dependent on me, and I don't want them to have anxiety if I'm gone for the day. I don't usually travel, but for example, I have a trip coming up that I have to take, and I want for my parrots to do as well as they can. I want them to be okay. So while I do want to bond with them, with my new cockatiel babies, I also really want for them to retain their parrotness. Not to mention, heaven forbid if anything should happen to me, I want them to still be happy birds and not like pluck all their feathers. I want them to still either be able to be with other cockatiels or learn that people are good and they can be with other people. So before I tell you the 3 ways I'm bonding with my cockatiels, I want to tell you that a part of what I'm doing with them is, number 1, I'm avoiding having them nibble or bite at me by having fed them first. When I'm gonna like handle them and let them be with me and let them flap their wing in my eyeball, the first thing I do is feed them. That way they're nice and full and they're not as likely to nibble and tell me that they want to be fed. I'm hoping that they feel their crop, which they do. Is your parrot plucking? If so, one of the things that you might want to consider is getting some of Tink's Parrot Relief. This is CBD in hemp oil. Now, I love our Parrot Relief, which we designed for Tink, a green cheek conure that we had, because the CBD is in hemp oil. And the thing is, the hemp oil is highly beneficial for parrots. I have been really focusing on parrot diet, and I've been looking at different ingredients on different pellets for parrots, and I'm finding that a lot of them do things like have sunflower seed in the pellets, and I think they're doing that for the fat. Fat is a part of your parrot's diet. Now, there are some parrots, like a Cape parrot, who need some nut fat, and they need more fat than what's provided in the pellets. There are other parrots, like cockatoos or Amazons, that don't need additional fat. They can be prone to being overweight. And so for them, you do want to limit the amount of fat. But the thing is, this is an oil, hemp oil, that has the perfect balance of omega-3s and 6s, which means it is going to be what your veterinarian prescribes should your parrot have any issues with their liver due to having had too many seeds and having a fatty liver. So that means that this is going to help balance, in a way, their liver, but give them the good fats that they need. Plus, they're also getting the CBD that's going to help them if your parrot is stressed or doing anything like plucking, or if you just simply want to enhance their immune system. The second thing I'm doing is I have 2 of them. I kept 2 babies from my clutch, and so that means that they can keep each other company. This is really important to me because they are parrots, and parrots are highly social, almost all the species. There are some exceptions, but generally speaking, parrots are highly social. Which means that if you leave a parrot by him or herself, it's basically like solitary confinement. I cannot spend 8 hours a day with my parrot, and even 8 hours wouldn't be enough. I can't spend 6 hours with my babies, and 6 hours wouldn't be enough. So this way, they have companionship, and they still have some of the flock, even if it's just one other cockatiel, the rest of the time, the rest of the day when I'm not with them. I think it's really beneficial. I don't feel I have ever seen that it's kept a parrot from bonding with me as long as I spend time with them. Instead, it helps them learn to be more social. It helps keep them in a better place. They can preen each other. They can, take the new feathers that are coming out and are still in the little shaft and help each other get the shafts off. They help each other. They keep each other in a more healthy emotional and physical state. So I think that's really important. The third thing that I'm doing to help them develop is I am not clipping their wings. In pet stores, they will clip their wings, and I can understand why. Feeding babies who are flying around or trying to house babies that people come and want to pick up, and they could fly right out the door, at which point the bird would be in a lot of trouble. They don't know how to survive at that point, and they're still being fed. They don't even know how to eat for themselves. Plus, the store would do nothing but lose their inventory. I understand that, and so I don't like when that happens, but I really prefer not to clip a baby's wings. So my baby's wings aren't clipped, and after they swatted me in the face with their wings, they flew onto the curtain rod. And I'm like, okay, I really like to have parrots in my video. If I could find Macy and get her over here. We'll see if Macy stays with me, and that way I will have a video without any parrots again. All right, so the 3 ways that I am bonding with my cockatiels. Number one of the things I'm doing is I have them in a small cage that's easy for me to move around with me. So it's not the cage that they're going to be in all the rest of the time, but it's just a cage where I can easily bring them into a small cage, for example, right now here in my office, and that way they're seeing me, I'm seeing them, and they're spending time with me even though they're in their cage. Similarly, the second way I'm bonding with them is I let them out of their cage and I let them fly around. Sometimes that means they fly on my head, which I don't like. I'm trying to teach them to fly on my shoulder. Sometimes that means they flap me with their wing, and other times it means that they go and are somewhere else in the room. I like doing this because we're still spending time together, so they're still seeing me, and sometimes they come to me and sometimes they come and they just sit. Generally speaking, Lunette, the older one, who I think is female, I'm guessing, I don't know yet. Generally speaking, Lunette just sits here for a while, which I really enjoy. So we're just hanging out. Now, it's true that that's not the same as like doing something a little more hands-on, like training or something like that. But these are 3 easy ways where I'm bonding with them, but I'm still doing what I need to do. I'm still getting other things done so that I'm able to spend even more time bonding with them. Like right now, I'm making a video with them. The videos with them didn't work because they were flapping in my face. Unfortunately, they're not usually like that. But so at least right now, they're in the room with me. The third thing that I do, right now they're preening each other. The third thing that I do is I also try to really talk to them and really be loving with them and around them. I'm trying to create a really nice environment with them, and I want them to feel like the part of the flock that I am really is welcoming, loving, accepting, so that they're as happy and comfortable as they can possibly be. I feel like when a parrot has their needs met, they've been fed, they have their flock, they're around the flock, then they're more likely to be a happy parrot, a well-balanced parrot, and we're more likely to have a wonderful bond. I also like this because as much as I do love bonding a little more with my parrots, and usually Macy, my Cape parrot here, she usually loves for me to pet her. And she's, oh, there goes her head down. There you go. As much as I really love that, and Macy and I have a really nice, wonderful bond, I don't like for Macy to sometimes I feel like she's not bonding with the other Cape parrots, and I feel like she's a little out of balance as far as bridging being a parrot and being a companion and having a human flock. Now, I think that it has something to do with her past. I adopted her when she was about 1.5 years, and she was already like that. She took to me, she liked me, which was really good because, you know, you don't want her to be in a house where like she and I don't like each other. But my issue is that she doesn't really bond with her same species. I'm hoping that that'll change in time, especially when she's a little older and she gets hormonal. For now, she does let me put her in a cage with the male at night, and so that's good. They don't have any problems. They don't fight or anything like that. But being able to have a parrot that can preen another parrot or choose to come and be with you means that they're really enjoying the best of both worlds. So those are my 3 simple ways that I am bonding with them. Having them around me, having them in a cage around me, having them when it's safe, flying around me, and number 3, talking to them and trying to treat them and create this space that's as loving as possible as I can for them. Although when they flap you in the eye, you know, that gets a little hard. Thank you for joining me in this blissful video. If you have any questions about parrots, please be sure to comment below. Thanks, and I'll catch you next time.